There's already a chill in the air, and September is quickly turning into October, which means it is hockey season, which is certainly the case, but a little bit different this year. Hello, everybody. Joseph Zakshevsky once again with you for IceHogs TV, joined alongside my special guest today and head coach Derek King, and we're here to catch up with him, get his thoughts as the end of September is here. Now we're moving into a new month, the autumn season. Coach, how have you been? It's been a while since we've caught up. It's a little bit different. Normally it's training camp time, and you and I are at the Bevo getting ready to roll. But unfortunately, with the pandemic still rolling around, we have to chat via video conferencing even more so.
Yeah, everything's video now, but no, everything's good. Just, trying to get a little routine going here with life and, kids and hockey and everything starting up. So it's been good.
I'd imagine you're going a little stir crazy. Certainly summer months are nice, and I know you like to escape to Florida and the beach whenever you can, but maybe too much of a good thing like that can be bad. I know you're a guy that likes
Yeah,
to get on the ice, pass the puck around, even play shinny with your children. I imagine you're starting, those four walls are closing in on you a little bit.
yeah, it's been good. It's, obviously I'd rather be getting ready for, rookie camp and our camps down the road, the big camp and everything. But it's given me some quality time with being on the ice with the kids and helping out over at the Rockford Hockey Club.
Well, how has coaching been for you now? I mean, again, normally you're getting ready for training camp and starting to ramp up a season. Hockey is still going on. The Stanley Cup Final is very much in full force. In fact, as we talk today, you're getting ready for games 3 and 4 of the series between Dallas and Tampa. So there's still a lot to be excited about, but
Yeah,
it's just a different way of preparing.
yeah, it is. It's funny to see hockey, especially the Stanley Cup being played in September, but it's been some good hockey to watch, obviously, and it gives us an opportunity to think about different systems or just watch what other teams are doing. But no, it's been good. I've been instead of yelling at 20-year-olds and up, I'm yelling at 12-year-olds now. So I'm staying fresh. But
Already mid-season performance for
yeah,
you.
all mid-season right now, but it's a little weird, and who knows when we're going to start up. But like I said, it's good to just to be on the ice and run some practices with the little guys.
Well, that was going to be my next question, too. At the NHL level, you're in a lot of conversations with general manager Mark Bernard for players and getting ready for a new season, conversations with the Blackhawks, too. You see already rumblings and news coming out that they're getting ready for a new season and how prospects will be handled. What are you hearing, and how are you preparing on an IceHog level, an AHL level, and then big picture working with the NHL Parent Club?
Well, I think the biggest thing too with us, and I'm not hearing too much, but the biggest thing is we're about the youth that we're going to have. We're just going to be a young hockey team, and we're going to have to develop these kids and try to make them better hockey players. And uh, I'll talk with Jeremy and that as we get closer here. Talk about systems if he's making any changes, and we keep in contact that way. But and then we'll do some individual calls here with some guys and just see how they're doing and keep them up to date on what's happening.
And a lot of that is hands-on, and you rely on video sessions, one-on-one conversations, close proximity, being on the ice and showcasing them. Now with all this video conferencing and everything like that,
Yeah,
you and Jeremy are so used to being on the ice, but now it feels like we're in an episode of The Jetsons the way it's rolling along.
yeah, it is. It's cartoons when we used to watch them when we were kids, but all of a sudden this is happening now. Like I said, it's different. It's a little weird. I'd rather, like you touched on, I'd rather be, one-on-one, face-to-face, see the guys, be in the locker room, be on the ice, fooling around with them, having some fun, preparing practices with the rest of the staff and stuff. But you just miss out on that. So now, like you said, we've been doing some preparation with some video via the Zoom calls and what have you, and text messages and stuff. So we're trying to stay sharp that way and just kind of stay in that hockey mode. And hopefully things will change around here quick, and we'll get a little better idea on when we're going to start up.
Well, looking at the Ice Hog roster right now, and already some big news this week, probably one of the biggest signings the Ice Hogs have had all offseason long. You get back veteran defenseman and Cody Franson, another vet to
Yeah.
add to the lineup. Now, a dozen guys under AHL contracts that you'll have control of, and then, of course, you mix that in with the NHL prospects that come down. It's exciting, as you mentioned, because these calls, the number of players that you're going to have to communicate with and educate and bring into the system to another season is starting to grow rather quickly.
Yeah, it is, and we kind of got a feel for what we're going to have, but there's some doubt of what's going to happen up with Chicago if they make any moves or who we get back after their camp. But having Cody Franson added to the mix here is going to be a huge asset for us as an organization, but as a staff also.
And in reading the press release that was announced with Cody and your quote too, it's like adding another coach to your staff or having a player that's also a coach. You don't get the luxury of having that bridge of communication, bridge of stylings from the coaching staff to the players like you do now, especially when the league keeps getting younger and younger and that communication line can be blurred at times. So to have him is a monstrous add for this Ice Hogs group.
Yeah, it's going to be great, especially in the locker room, on the bench. After a while, they're like kids, like my kids, they get sick of listening to you after a while. So it's always good to have other voices, and especially a guy like that who's been around, who's had a great career and still further wants to play. And like I said, he's going to be a huge asset. And for selfish reasons, he's going to be a huge asset for our coaching staff.
And then on the ice, not too shabby. Spent the last 2 years in the KHL. Prior to that, he was with a member of the Rockford IceHogs, 2017-18. He was a part of that blue line, him and Adam Clendenning. It seemed like every pass, every shot led to either a goal or assist of some sort. I'd imagine, especially on the power play, a guy like him can really kind of help turn the offense and get the puck going out of your defensive zone the other way rather quickly.
Yeah, and he's a legit power play guy. So he's going to help our young guys, especially the D core back there, how to play that position, especially on the power play. And he can kill penalties also. So he does it. He'll do everything. And like I said, just having him on the bench and talking, getting in the guys' ears and helping them out, playing with them, and he's going to really, really do a good job for us.
So again, Cody Franson joining the Ice Hogs on a one-year AHL deal. Big news this week. And you can always keep up with what the Ice Hogs are up to on their player tracker at IceHogs.com. He now one of a dozen players under an AHL deal for the Hogs this upcoming year. Well, Coach, now looking to the future, I know we've kind of bounced around it a little bit here in this conversation, but what do the next couple weeks look like? The target date for the AHL is still December 4th, so I imagine as a coaching staff, you're still preparing as such. You have the mindset of hockey right now, but I'm sure you're trying to be as flexible as you can.
Yeah, it's we're just trying to prepare ourselves as if we're starting in October. Like I said, we're going to be starting some Zoom calls, some meetings, and just refresh everybody. Get those guys to keep them in that hockey mode. Sometimes you can get a little, you're not starting until December, so you kind of you might relax a little bit and not be in the mindset of playing hockey. So we're just going to try to get them back on that track where they're thinking about the game and thinking about what we're looking to do here in Rockford when the time comes.
As a coaching staff, are you doing anything to adjust how you might be approaching the game or the offseason? Because some of the players that you might be receiving were just in the NHL bubble with the Chicago Blackhawks. They might not have played in the playoffs, but they were out there practicing, out there grinding away. So their offseason was only a couple weeks, a couple months long, whereas guys that finished college, had their college seasons and junior seasons cut short, they've been sitting around for a little while. So it's probably a difficult balance, it seems like, to blend in how much hockey do you put upon them, but at the same time, maybe lay off the gas a little bit, knowing that some guys have been training and playing for a while now.
Yeah, and I think the big thing too is with us, we were done in March, and then even those guys in the bubbles, they didn't pick up again until later, so they had some time off. I think the big thing is with not the older guys, the other guys that maybe weren't in the bubble and went home right after. I think we'll have to keep them sharp and get them up to date and keep them focused on the other guys are probably a little more focused or still in that hockey mode a little bit. So we'll just have to, reboot their computers and get them thinking again.
Well, it's certainly exciting to see the IceHogs moving forward, getting ready for hockey season, December 4th and beyond. So, again, keep an eye out on icehogs.com for all the latest news there. And, Coach, we'll finish up with this. There is hockey being played. Mentioned Stanley Cup final going on between the Dallas Stars and Tampa Bay Lightning. As an Islanders alum, I know you were really hoping to see the Islanders back in the
Yeah.
final probably. But what do you think of the hockey so far? And outside of hockey, have you been able to dive into any shows, hobbies, anything like that to kind of keep your mind off of, the patient waiting game that is looking ahead to a new
um,
season?
well, I think the playoffs, the NHL's done a great job with it, keeping these guys. I know it's talking with a few people after they're released from the bubble. It's not always easy. I thought they did a real good job. The hockey's been tremendous for sitting off for so long and then coming back and then revving it up for playoff hockey right away. I think it's been great. The players have really put on some entertainment for us. But no, hobby wise, not just doing some odds and ends around the house, finishing up some stuff, and always like I said, always busy with the kids, and like I said, taking advantage of the time off where I can be around for the kids and help them out any way I can. And my wife's happy too that I'm around, just so she can get her break before the grind starts again. So
Before the grind starts again, indeed.
yeah,
Sir. Well, it's great to catch up with you. Thank you so
yeah,
much. And again, we'll keep an eye out on what the Blackhawks, yourself, the IceHogs are all doing, and I'm sure we'll be catching up again here in a little while.
sounds good, Joey.